It's very difficult when to say no to kids. वो चिल्लर पार्टी के टाइम पे और मे बी बजरंगी भाईजान के टाइम पे to saying no to other two kids who were in top shortlist was a very difficult part of my life. Because I literally, that girl started crying when I said, "Beta, you're not doing the film. Harshal is doing the film." So now you feel really, really, really bad. But I always make sure कि मैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी फिल्म में उनको कास्ट करूँ. तो बच्चों के साथ थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है, बड़ों को तो I always बोल देता हूँ कि रिजेक्शन is part of your life.
Hello and welcome to Outlook Talks. My name is Lalita, and today we have with us one of the busiest casting directors of Indian cinema, Mukesh Chhabra. He has actually cast for over 400 movies and TV shows, and he's also an actor and a director. Welcome to Outlook.
I'm just a movie lover. I try to do everything. That's all. The casting is my main job. I love it. People know me because of casting, and of course direction. Acting is not a very important part in my life. I just do it for fun.
Mukesh has introduced many faces to the Indian industry like Rajkummar Rao, Pankaj Tripathi, Fatima Sheikh, Sanya Malhotra, Sushant Singh Rajput, and I can go on and on. He is also cast for Ramayana, Dangal, Kai Poche, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Lal Singh Chadda, Jaban, Donkey, and many, many other movies and TV shows. I want to start with asking you, Mukesh, what is your approach to casting? Like, can you tell me a little bit about your process?
My process is depending on director's brief. First, I meet the director. See, I work with so many different directors. Whether it's Raju sir, Vishal Bhardwaj, Anubhav Sinha, Hansal Mehta, Imtiaz Ali, they all have a different way of directing film. So first, I read the script. I make my casting brief, and of course, I sit with the director, and then we discuss each and every character. कि what world they want me to create. कि बहुत ज़्यादा रियलिस्टिक अप्रोच है परफॉर्मेंस की और मे बी ऑल हो रहा है ठीक है स्टोरी कहाँ सेट है गुजरात में सेट है कि पंजाब में सेट है फर्स्ट वी ऑल्सो थिंक एंड वी ऑल्सो थिंक डू वी नीड completely fresh faces or do we need semi-known or do we need a bigger star. So we discuss everything in detail. Once now I know that we are on the same page, then I start my research. Then I start searching the right actor for different role. So that process is on and on. Till that I'm not fully happy and satisfied with my option, I don't share with the director. Once I'm 100% sure this person is right, then only I show it to the director. So sometimes this process can take 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 months. You don't know the time.
Okay, that brings me to my next question. What are some of the biggest challenges in casting?
The biggest challenge in casting to fulfill everyone's vision, because every director think completely differently, right? Raju sir think very differently, Imtiaz think very differently. So make sure get into their vision, because hota kya, when you're working with one director, you're already subconsciously thinking only about him. Suddenly you meet other director, whether it's Anis Bazmi, and then you work with David Devan also, you work with Rakesh Mehra. So there are different briefs. So actually to fulfill everyone's vision, that's very challenging. तो आपको अपने आप को रोकना पड़ता है to think उनके हिसाब से सोचना पड़ता है तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है समटाइम एंड टू फाइंड फ्रेश टैलेंट एवरी टाइम फॉर एवरी डायरेक्टर इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज हो सकता है कि राजू सर माइट नॉट लाइक द सेम एक्टर विशाल भार्गव लाइक द सेम एक्टर इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सप्लेन एंड कन्विंस एवरी डायरेक्टर कि व्हाई दिस पर्सन इज राइट बिकॉज दे ऑल हैव अ डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू yeah so it's very challenging. It's a very hectic job.
So can you tell me about a casting that really surprised you or something that you're really proud of?
There are so many films I'm very proud. I think I would say Gangs of Wasseypur because that changed my life, and I think I would say Dangal, maybe Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Munni. I would say Super 30 Kids, not Chiller Party Kids, Kai Poche, also new actor, Laila Majnu, Tripti Dimbre. I think Sanju, Vicky Kaushal, casting of Masan. And recently, if you see, now Ramayana is coming, Durandar is coming, and Black Warrant, Family Man. I think I'm proud of so many different shows. Yeah, so many shows and films. Yeah.
I can imagine that when you're casting for a particular project, it also involves, when you choose one person, you're also rejecting so many others.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with rejection? How do you prepare an actor for rejection?
I always tell everyone that I'm not rejecting the actor. I'm only rejecting my character. I'm only looking for my character because sometimes मुझे लगता है actor is really good, but is not right for my film. So I will reject him also or her also. But the saying no to them is very difficult because they come with a lot of hope and expectation, and saying them कि आपका नहीं हुआ is a very difficult part of my job. because I as you say, I reject more and select only few. तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. बट आई थिंक आई ऑलवेज टेल देम कि प्लीज आप इस कैरेक्टर में फिट नहीं होते हो, ये कैरेक्टर में फिट नहीं होते. इट्स नॉट अबाउट योर परफॉर्मेंस. समटाइम इफ दे रियली गुड, आई ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट आई कास्ट देम इन सम अदर फिल्म और अदर शो. तो ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट तो होता है, बट दैट्स माय जॉब. स्पेशली इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट व्हेन यू से नो टू किड्स, you know, especially because they're very sensitive, the small kid. How like वो चिल्लर पार्टी के टाइम पे और मे बी बजरंगी भाईजान के टाइम पे, to saying no to other two kids who were in top shortlist was a very difficult part of my life. Because I literally, that girl started crying when I said, "Beta, you're not doing the film. Harshal is doing the film." So now you feel really, really, really bad. But I always make sure कि मैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी फिल्म में उनको कास्ट करूँ. सेम किड देन आई उसको, मैं जो सेकंड ऑप्शन था बजरंगी भाईजान का, देन आई गेव दैट किड ब्रह्मास्त्र, क्योंकि यू डू दिस फिल्म. तो बच्चों के ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होता है, बड़ों को तो आई ऑलवेज बोल देता हूँ कि रिजेक्शन इज पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. यू हैव टू बी फुल्ली प्रिपेयर्ड बिकॉज यू, यहाँ पे तो रिजेक्शन होएगा ही होएगा. तो बड़ों को तो हैंडल इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू हैंडल किड्स.
You must have also faced the same thing with Dangal, right? Where you had a huge
I've
long
already
list and
more than 12,000 kids, and then audition shortlisted 400 people, girls, then audition shortlisted 200, then came down to 100, then 60, then 40, then 20, then 10, then 8, and then 4. Very, very difficult. The process went on for 1.5 years. In Dangal audition, I also met Mrunal Thakur. I met so many people in that film audition. That's why then Minala gave her Super 30 and I saw her in Super 30 in Dangal audition. You know, that's how you keep remembering people because of the performance. But it's very, yeah, it's a very difficult process. I think Dangal ke process also has been so many years. But the best part about that process that Aamir sir was very supportive. He came for everyone's audition personally. He auditioned with every single girl. I remember all the top shortlist. He said, I will personally come and test with every single girl. That was a very interesting part of that process. And he also explained to all 20 shortlisted girls that it's the process. So we will all go through the same process. Yeah.
I've often heard you speak about actors needing to be mentally fit. Can you explain what that means and how is it important?
I think it's very important because very less work and there's so many people. And this city is also very, very challenging city. You face emotional problem, financial status, आपका family pressure. आप suddenly you lose hope. And when you're not mentally fit, तो आपका नेगेटिव दिमाग में चले जाता है कि इसका तो यू नीड कॉन्टैक्ट्स हियर, देन यू रियली डोंट वर्क ऑन योर क्राफ्ट. तो आई थिंक वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट तरीके से डील करना पड़ता है. आई ऑलवेज टेल देम कि यू चोज दिस फील्ड तो बी हैप्पी. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको आज काम मिलेगा, मे बी 1 साल बाद काम मिले, मे बी 10 साल बाद काम मिले. तो माई मेन फोकस कि जितने भी अभी भी सी आउटसाइड माई ऑफिस देयर स्टिल 2-3,000 पीपल स्टैंडिंग आउटसाइड. आई टेल एवरीवन कि भाई प्लीज बी हैप्पी. इट इज ओके इफ यू डोंट मेक इट एज एन एक्टर. इट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन बिकॉज इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट सिटी, very less work, and there are so many of them. And pressure, city ka pressure, financial pressure, family pressure, emotional pressure, age ka pressure. So then negative thinking, वो सब होता है. तो very important to tell them कि भाई it is okay if you don't make it. That's my main goal of life. Because I realized over the period they get into the negative space, then they lose hope, then they feel frustrated, they get angry, they get sad. So I don't like that.
Can you tell us what would you advise someone who wants to build a career in acting?
आई थिंक मैं किसी को ना नहीं बोलता हूँ जिसको भी करियर एडवाइस करना है. तो ओनली थिंग इज दैट कि आप प्लीज अपने क्राफ्ट में काम करो. एंड नेटवर्किंग से कुछ नहीं होता. यू वांट टू बी फिजिकली फिट और मेंटली फिट इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. बट जिम इज नॉट ओनली ऑप्शन कि आप एक सर्टन लुक के दिखोगे तभी आपको परफॉर्मेंस में काम मिलेगा. यू शुड जस्ट वर्क ऑन योर क्राफ्ट. It is very important. In today's time, you only see good actor and good performance because of digital, because of all the new shows and the film. Now we only thrive for good acting. जब वर्क ऑन योर क्राफ्ट. नेटवर्किंग से कुछ नहीं होता, सोशलाइज करने से कुछ नहीं होता, आप किसी को एक्स्ट्रा नाइस बनने से कुछ नहीं होता. जब वर्क ऑन योर क्राफ्ट. एंड प्लीज वेलकम इफ यू रियली वांट टू मेक इट हैपन. डोंट जस्ट डू इट कि मेरे को किसी ने बोला है, मेरे पड़ोसी ने बोला था, आई वांट टू गेट इनटू एक्टिंग. व्हाट यू रियली वांट टू डू इट, प्लीज फिगर आउट वेदर यू वांट टू डू इट और यू डूइंग इट बिकॉज यू सीन अदर पीपल आर डूइंग इट फॉर ग्लैमर वर्ल्ड. इट्स अ वेरी सिंसियर सीरियस जॉब एक्टिंग. जस्ट डोंट टेक इट लाइटली.
Can you tell us about the most unusual places where you've found talent?
I think everywhere. I think I found फटका. मैं लोखंडवाला के डेजर्ट पे था. He was doing wheelie. तो मुझे वो रोड पे मिला था. मैं doing wheelie. तो I followed him. Then I met his mother. And then we trained him. Then he did Chiller Party. Then he got national award for that film. I think red light. I think आपको जब आप casting field में होते हैं ना, you meet so many people, so many places. You social when you go for a marriage, wedding, और किसी के फंक्शन में भी जा रहे हो, स्कूल में जा रहे हो, रास्ते में जा रहे हो, कैफे में जा रहे हो, तो आपको हर जगह कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई लोग मिलते रहते हैं, बिकॉज सबकॉन्शियसली यू ओनली आर नोटिसिंग पीपल पर्सनैलिटी बिकॉज यू वर्किंग सो आई एम वर्किंग ऑन सो मेनी फिल्म। तो वो सबसे ज्यादा अनयूजुअल था फॉर मी व्हेन आई फाउंड बजरंगी भाईजान का मुन्नी। आई फाउंड तो गुड़गांव के एक मॉल से आई फाउंड दैट गर्ल। चिल्लर पार्टी गेट आई फाउंड द रेड लाइट। आई थिंक अमित साध आई फाउंड लाइक ऑन द रोड फॉर काय पोचे। फॉर मी चिल्लर पार्टी किड जो था, आई एम सुपर 30 किड्स from the one very small NGO in Patna. From there we found.
Can you talk about how OTT has changed the whole casting landscape in India?
Yeah, because of OTT, so many new actors जिनको opportunity मिला है because of OTT, right? Now Jaideep Palawat and Vijay Verma also very big star in today's time. I think OTT is also because of OTT हम नए एक्टर को मौका दे पाए, नए राइटर्स को, नए यंग डायरेक्टर, यंग DOP, यंग एडिटर, because of OTT की वजह से now people really look at acting in very as a serious profession, because now you see so many actors in today's time. They all are very like Pratik Gandhi, Vijay Verma, Jaideep Palawat, Pankaj Tripathi, Jishan Ayub, Rasika Duggal, Amitabh Subhash, the great actor because of OTT। अगर वो फिल्म के लिए नहीं, अगर वो फिल्म का सिर्फ फिल्में होती है तो शायद वो इतने बड़े स्टार नहीं बनते। And नए राइटर, नए डायरेक्टर, because of OTT you see so many young writers, so many young directors, young DOP, young प्रोडक्शन डिजाइनर। तो ये सब आपको ओटीटी की वजह से मिला है। तो अपॉर्चुनिटी का जो स्केल है वो बड़ा है बिकॉज ऑफ ओटीटी।
What are the 5 do's and 5 don'ts that you would recommend to someone who wants to build a career as an actor?
Don't try to impress anyone in this industry. Just focus on your craft and just maintain the dignity and respect is very, very, very important. Follow the professionalism and approach people during working hours and meet people only in office. This is what I always suggest on the actor. And just be absolutely honest when you're auditioning. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to hide your age. आपका एक्सपीरियंस आपके एज से दिखता है। डोंट ट्राई टू हाइड योर एज एंड जस्ट बी रियल। डोंट चेंज योर पर्सनालिटी। Be you. That's the only way I always tell everyone. Yes.
Any tips when someone gets started? What should they do first?
First thing they should do just theater. Because सीधा उठ के डायरेक्टली आने के फोकस नहीं करें। The first thing they should just join some theater group. Maybe start with one play. At least understand whether they are made for this field or not. First पहले understand themselves. Very important. हर जगह नाटक होते हैं, हर जगह theater होता है। और maybe do some training, do one workshop, maybe one small acting course, maybe some one play. At least start something. Don't directly jump into Bollywood. Just because you are on Instagram making reels and content creating, that's not acting.
Thank you so much, Mukesh. It's been lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the best.